The Girl in the Painting, written by Scott Williamson. Interior Art Gallery, Sydney, Australia, day, 2013. Tight on Anna, 7, in a painting. Pretty. Tormented look on her ghostly thin face.
I remember the first time I saw her. She was young and pretty, and I felt I had known her all of my life, although that was quite impossible.
Pull back on Anna, long brown hair and wearing a white dress. Stands in a foreboding forest path, surrounded by tall trees.
You see, the girl was in a painting. Who she was and how she got there is a sad story indeed.
Kate, 7, pretty, sits on a viewing seat in front of the painting, next to Beryl, 79, gray hair, flecks of brown, frail but full of life when she's with Kate. They both stare at the painting, which is roped off in a private viewing area.
Do you know that girl, Grandma?
Yes, Katie. Her name's Anna. It's her birthday today, same as you, and only a day after mine. But not much of a birthday, I'm afraid. She suffered a fate worse than death on a day that was supposed to be one of her happiest.
What is fate, Grandma? And what could be worse than death? School?
School is the best time of your life.
She tickles Kate.
Because you can slack off as much as you want.
Kate giggles, then hugs Beryl.
And fate is God's will, Katie. Although hers was as far from godly as you can get.
Exterior, the Rocks Farmers Market, day, 1944, flashback. Anna, 7, wears the same white dress, races out of the market into a dark laneway, closely followed by her sister, 6. Anna bumps into a witch, 23, smartly dressed, pretty like Elizabeth Montgomery. A rolled-up painting is knocked from the witch's hand. Anna's sister scurries into a door recess, peeks at the unfolding situation in front of her. The witch inspects a rip in the canvas. Her face drains of color and becomes dehydrated. Her prettiness disappears. She glares at Anna, smirks. She looks around for any potential witnesses.
And what are you then? A pesky little runt of a kid who just ruined my special painting, that's what? Well, you can just fix it now, can't you?
The witch scans the laneway again, raises her hand and...
Instar aren't picture eye!
Superimpose, repair the painting. Bolts of crimson light flash from her fingers and strike Anna. She disappears into thin air. The rip in the painting magically repairs itself, leaving behind a fine white line in the canvas. Color seeps back into the witch's face, and her cheeks rehydrate. She's pretty again.
Pesky little maggot.
That cruel witch sent Anna to a truly horrible place in that truly sorrowful painting.
A strand of Anna's long brown hair hangs out of a fold in the canvas.
You'll do until I run out of juice.
The witch sneers towards the markets, spits on the ground.
I saw your little sister in the shadows. When she is 79, my painted little beauty, it will mark the beginning of the end.
She holds the painting close, turns and slinks out of the laneway. The sister wipes a tear from her eye, tentatively follows the witch through the narrow lanes, but loses sight of her when the witch slinks to the rear courtyard of an art gallery. End flashback. Interior Art Gallery, day, 2013. Art Gallery Caretaker, 54, hands clasped behind his back, opens the door to a private viewing area and ambles towards Kate and Beryl, still seated in front of the painting. The painting shakes violently, falls to the ground with a crack, just misses the caretaker's legs. The caretaker glares at the painting, picks it up and replaces it onto the hook, turns back to Kate and Beryl.
If you please, ma'am and young lady, the art gallery is closing in 5 minutes. Please make your way to the exit before I lock you in for the night with all the ghastly ghouls, wicked witches, and lost souls.
He winks at Kate playfully. Kate winces. He's creepy. Kate and Beryl stand up, ready to leave. Beryl glances down at Kate, raises her eyebrows.
If only he knew.
Kate steals one last glance at Anna as they walk out of the private viewing area towards the exit. The caretaker slams the door shut. Kate jumps. Exit door. Kate walks arm in arm with Beryl through the exit door, frowns.
Of course I knew Grandma was telling me a tale, although I could have sworn I saw something as we left.
Then back to Anna in the painting. A tear rolls down her cheek.
From that day I was drawn to the painting and returned to the gallery whenever I could. But something very strange started to happen.
Fade to Interior Art Gallery, day 2014. Kate, now 8, sits in the same viewing seat, examines the painting. Beryl, now 80, sits next to her, face pale and withdrawn. In the painting, Anna, now 18, hair in a ponytail, eyes wide with fear and her mouth open, like she's trying to speak.
Anna was moving around in the painting.
Fade to Interior Art Gallery, day 2015. Kate, 9, runs her hand over the painting, peers behind the canvas, searching for a way to get Anna out. Beryl, 81, sits in a wheelchair next to the viewing seat, oxygen mask strapped to her face. In the painting, Anna, now 35, hair hangs down to her lower back, holds 2 pieces of a broomstick in her hands.
And for some very strange reason, she was much older each time I saw her.
Kate turns to Beryl. Tears stream down her face.
We have to get her out, Grandma.
Beryl lowers her head, sighs.
I've tried everything, my dear. Rubbing it, cutting it. At one time I even tried to take it with me. But the art gallery owns it, and no matter how many times I've told them, they just don't believe me.
But it's obvious. I can see her, Grandma. The girl is moving. How could they not see? How could other people not see?
Come closer, dear.
Kate shuffles towards her, shoulders slumped.
I even tried to bribe the caretaker, but he's adamant they won't sell it.
Beryl looks around. No one else in the room.
They locked it up in here so other people could not see. I'm afraid I've done all I can for Katie.
Fade to Interior Art Gallery, day 2016. Kate, 10, stands alone in front of the painting. A tear runs down her cheek. She reads from a book in her hand titled The Book of Spells. Close on, a page. A spell cast by a witch is only reversible by the witch who cast the spell herself. This is the witch's lore. In the painting, Anna, now 60, ash-gray hair past her hips, stares back, sad, her finger pointing at Kate. A final warning.
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't help her. But I don't know if I was more concerned about Anna or Grandma.
Interior bedroom, Christmas Day, 2016. Close on, a small Christmas tree in the corner. The branches have seen better days. Then, Beryl lies in bed, pale and sickly. Kate sits on the side of her bed, forces a smile. Beryl hands Kate a folded laced handkerchief. Kate opens it. The letters BC are sewn in the corner.
Oh, Grandma, this is just so beautiful.
It truly is. And now it's yours.
Kate stares at the handkerchief.
Why are you sad, Grandma?
Well, it's Christmas, my dear.
Kate throws a quizzical look at her.
Let me explain. I was much younger than you are now when my mother made 2 handkerchiefs out of her wedding dress for our presents. We were very poor back then, you know.
Beryl smiles weakly, lays her head on the pillow, heavy eyes.
And who got the other one, Grandma?
Beryl's smile disappears. She closes her eyes.
She had never spoken of the handkerchief before, and she certainly never said there were 2 of them. The next week I went abroad to school, and sadly I didn't visit Anna again until it was too late.
Interior Art Gallery, present day, day. Subdued light. The surface of the painting is pale and deteriorated. Kate, 11, stands in front of the painting just inches away. She squints, searches for Anna.
She wasn't in the painting anymore.
Close on, Kate. A tear fills her eye like a bulging lens. Kate squints. She looks closer at the canvas. Close on, hundreds of little white lines where the painting has been repaired before. Then, close on a small rip at the bottom corner of the canvas. In the middle of the road, a handkerchief. The letters AC are sewn into the corner.
My grandma, Beryl Chandler, was the most generous benefactor the gallery had ever known, and she was buried that afternoon in the private gallery cemetery next door. Her donations ensured the painting would always remain private and they'd always be close. She even managed to have a bronze plate put under the painting.
Tight on the bronze plate, engraved on his face, Anna Chandler.
I can't imagine the pain my grandma felt over those many years. I don't think she ever really knew if her sister was alive or dead or just existed somewhere in between. I kind of feel responsible. Anna never got older, right up until the first time I saw her with Grandma the day after her 79th birthday. Maybe I reminded her of herself and that her future was bleak. Maybe it was because Grandma started to get sick. Or maybe she just gave up.
Pull back to the painting.
I don't know what happened to Anna and probably never will. But if there is anything good to come out of this story, she finally found peace. God knows she deserves it.
Close on the painting. Hidden behind a large tree in the distance is the hem of Anna's white dress, barely visible. 2 tattered shoes, toes pointing into the air. Anna is on her back, at peace. Exterior cemetery later. Beryl's grave. Kate stands over the grave, in a similar style white dress to Anna, tears in her eyes. She lays a bunch of flowers near the headstone. Close on the art gallery caretaker. A flash of crimson light. The caretaker transforms into the witch. She's not aged a day, but her face is drained of color and her cheeks are dehydrated. Then, the witch glares at Kate from a distance, from behind a tree. Smirks. She runs her fingers over her drained cheeks.
Pesky little maggot. The other one gave up, so you'll just have to fix it now, won't you?
Close on Kate, holds a book of spells in her hand, glances over her shoulder in the direction of the witch.
Anna never stopped trying to warn me about the witch, that I was next. And who knows how many more would suffer after me.
Kate raises the book and flicks open a bookmarked page. Close on a page, How to Kill a Witch.
But now, it's time to end it forever.
Fade out.